From this LEGO Star Wars battle droid that's literally only worth $1, to this iced out chain made with bricks and a minifigure that's worth more than your house. Today, I'll be going over LEGO items worth $1 all the way up to items worth $1 million. Let's go. Let's kick things off with this singular brick. These little guys usually cost around 10 cents each and can be found through LEGO's Pick a Brick service, Bricklink, or eBay. For the price of a cup of coffee, you can grab 100 of these classic bricks, which is a super affordable way to start or expand your collection. But who cares about bricks if you have nothing to build? This is the Unikitty roller coaster wagon. Released in 2018, this set was initially a promotional item and cost between $3 and $5. It includes 46 pieces and features an adorable Unikitty minifigure. Even though it was aimed for kids, it's also a huge hit among adult collectors. With its interactive disc shooter and vibrant colors, it's a delightful piece that brings sunshine and rainbows to any collection. Moving on to the next tier, we have the perfect way for anyone to enhance their LEGO creations. For $8, you can pick up the classic green base plate, and measuring at 32 by 32 studs, it provides a vibrant foundation for anything you've ever wanted to build. This versatile piece is perfect for builders of all ages, and is an essential item for expanding any LEGO landscape. Whether you're building a sprawling city or a quiet countryside scene, the green base plate allows for limitless creativity and customization. And this next step up in price is actually perfect for that sprawling city. For just $10, you can get your hands on the LEGO City Police Car. This set has 94 pieces, including a sleek police sedan that stands over 1.5 inches tall. With a police officer minifigure and a detailed interior, it's perfect for imaginative role-playing. This set is designed for ages 5 and up and encourages kids to engage in thrilling police adventures. The eye-catching blue and white color scheme, complete with police decals and a removable roof, makes it a fantastic choice for young crime fighters. Whether it's chasing down the bad guys or eating donuts on the job, this set sparks creativity and storytelling. But what if you want to take a trip out of the country? Well, this next tier is perfect for that. Up next is the LEGO Creator Japan postcard set, priced at just $15. Released in 2024, it features 266 pieces, including a stunning Mount Fuji and a cherry blossom tree. This delightful set is designed for ages 9 and up, and even comes with a sticker sheet to customize it. As part of the LEGO Creator postcard series, it ranks as one of the most owned sets in its theme, making it perfect for travel enthusiasts. The intricate details, including a Himeji-inspired castle and bamboo, capture the essence of Japan's rich culture perfectly. This set not only provides a fun building experience, but also serves as a beautiful display piece that celebrates the beauty of Japan. You know, that last set sparked a lot of emotions for me. It's a good thing this next tier is perfect for that. This is the LEGO Brickhead set, featuring joy, sadness, and anxiety from Inside Out 2, priced at $20. With 300 pieces, it's perfect for builders aged 10 and up. The vibrant colors and iconic designs make these figures instantly recognizable. Not only does it provide a fun building experience, but it also allows fans to recreate their favorite movie moments. Each character stands out with its unique features: joy's bright yellow, sadness's cool blue, and anxiety's warm orange. This set isn't just about building. It displays beautifully on shelves or desks, making it a charming collectible for the whole family. Speaking of family, this next tier is perfect for the holiday season. Coming in at $100, this is the LEGO Alpine Lodge. This festive set comes with 1,517 pieces and 5 minifigures, all of which are covered head to toe in their respective Christmas attire. Their outfits match perfectly with the festive lodge, between the red and green trim on the outside of the house, the Christmas tree on the inside, and every other little detail. It's no mistake that these minifigures were meant to be a part of this set. It's perfect for any Christmas celebrators or for anyone who wants to have some holiday spirit year-round. Okay, this next tier is where things start to ramp up a bit. This is the LEGO Ninjago Attack of the Moro Dragon set, and it's quite expensive, coming in at around $200 on the aftermarket. This action-packed set includes 658 pieces and 5 minifigures, including Kai, Jay, and the elusive Bowmaster Soul Archer. The impressive Moro Dragon features posable wings and accessories for your minifigures, making it a fantastic addition for collectors and fans alike. This set is designed for builders aged 8 and up, encouraging imaginative play and storytelling. With its dynamic elements and engaging characters, it's perfect for recreating epic battles with the Ninjago series. Coming up next is this insane LEGO Creator Expert roller coaster, with a price tag of about $380. This exhilarating model includes 2 trains, a ticket booth, and a cotton candy cart. With 4,124 pieces, it provides a captivating building experience that mirrors the thrill of a real amusement park attraction. Tailored for builders aged 16 and up, it features intricate designs and moving elements that truly enhance playability. The fully functional roller coaster is not just a display piece. It offers hours of fun as you watch the trains navigate the track. But in case you want to ride in something that isn't locked onto tracks, this next tier will definitely cover that. Up next is one of the most famous cars in all of LEGO. This is the LEGO Technic Bugatti Chiron, priced at $420. This is a highly detailed model that features a W16 engine with movable pistons and a carefully crafted cockpit. With 3,599 pieces, it offers an immersive building experience for both LEGO and automotive enthusiasts. Designed for builders aged 16 and up, it's a stunning collectible that showcases advanced Technic building techniques. Don't think this car is as good as it gets for LEGO vehicles though, because this next tier is an entire spaceship. This is the LEGO Venator class Republic Attack Cruiser, and having just released late last year, this set comes in at $650. That price tag isn't the best for your wallet, but the set really does make up for it. With the 5,374 pieces that come with it, you're essentially recreating an exact replica of the real attack cruiser from the Star Wars movies. The attention to detail with this ship is quite literally in a class of its own, seeing as how it's part of the Ultimate Collector series. But even then, the set in this next tier is regarded as one of the best sets LEGO has ever released. But you can bet that means the price tag is pretty hefty. This is the LEGO Creator Expert Coliseum, and this set is monumental, coming in at over 9,000 pieces. It's by far one of the biggest sets LEGO has ever created. Showcasing intricate architectural details of the iconic Roman structure, this remarkable piece is a coveted collectible for LEGO enthusiasts and history buffs alike. The model captures the grandeur of the Colosseum, measuring over 10.5 inches high and 20.5 inches wide. It's a stunning display piece that celebrates ancient history and the art of LEGO building. The only problem is that on average, it costs anywhere from $800 to $1,000. So the only way you can experience true art in LEGO form is by burning a giant hole in your pockets. The Colosseum isn't the only historic monument LEGO's released though. Up next, we have the LEGO Creator Expert Eiffel Tower, priced at approximately $1,300. This detailed model contains 3,428 pieces and features intricate architectural elements that capture the iconic design of the tower. Standing over 42 inches tall, it makes a striking display piece. The combination of elegance and complexity contributes to its appeal among LEGO enthusiasts and collectors, making it a highly sought-after item in the LEGO community. This model not only celebrates a global landmark, but also showcases the artistry of LEGO building. Let's move away from artistic landmarks though, and get back to what LEGO is best at, making spaceships. This is the original Ultimate Collector Series Millennium Falcon, released in 2007, and it's valued at approximately $2,300. With 5,195 pieces, it features intricate details and beloved minifigures from the original trilogy. This model showcases a highly detailed exterior and interior, making it a stunning centerpiece for any collection. The set includes iconic characters like Han Solo, Chewbacca, and Princess Leia, appealing to both LEGO and Star Wars fans. Its combination of nostalgia, detail, and size contributes to its status as a highly sought-after item, solidifying its place in LEGO history. Not every LEGO set at this price range is famous though. This is the H.C. Anderson's Clumsy Han set, and most people don't even know it exists. The set was only given to attendees of the LEGO Inside Tour, so as a result, only 80 of these sets were ever created. These factors are the main reason behind why this set is valued at $4,000. If so little were created and they weren't even distributed to the public, then the price tag is going to be extremely high. The only other type of LEGO set that garners price tags this big are vintage LEGO sets, and that's exactly what we have in this next tier. This is the LEGO Space Command Center from the year 1979, and coming in at 173 pieces, this set is worth an astounding $6,000. This space-themed set features a modular space center, 2 buggies, and 4 astronauts, evoking a sense of nostalgia for fans of classic LEGO. The detailed design includes astronauts in both red and white suits, adding to its charm. Its rarity and high demand among collectors make it one of the most expensive LEGO sets available today. Its unique characteristics and historical significance make it a prized possession for LEGO enthusiasts. Before I move on to this next tier, I want to give some context. Remember how the Clumsy Han set was so expensive because it was given out at the LEGO Inside Tour? Well, LEGO actually does this tour every year, and they give out a new LEGO set every time. That means that Clumsy Hans isn't the only set with that story to it, and it also also isn't the most expensive. This is the Lego Piper airplane set from the 2012 Lego Inside Tour, and it's valued at about $7,000. This model is based on the first airplane that Lego acquired back in 1962, making it a significant piece of Lego history. With only 53 copies produced, it is extremely rare and highly collectible. The set includes 618 pieces, showcasing intricate details that appeal to both builders and collectors alike. Its limited production and historical significance enhance its desirability, with price predictions of around $7,300 for this upcoming year. This combination of rarity and nostalgic value makes the Lego Piper airplane a sought-after treasure among Lego enthusiasts. But what happens when you attach a famous name to all of these other factors? Well, you get the Lego Star Wars Cloud City set, priced at approximately $8,000. Released in 2003, this set includes 698 pieces and features iconic scenes from Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back. With minifigures of Princess Leia, Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, and Boba Fett, it's a must-have item for collectors due to its unique minifigures and limited availability. The set beautifully captures the essence of the film, allowing fans to recreate their favorite moments in the clouds. But did you know that there's an even more expensive set that allows fans to transcend the separated universes created by George Lucas? I'm talking about the Lego Han Solo Indiana Jones Transformation Chamber, valued at around $10,000. This limited set from 2008 only had 100 copies made for the New York Toy Fair Collectors Party. With 56 pieces, it includes exclusive minifigures of Han Solo and Indiana Jones standing in front of a movie-accurate backdrop. The rotating platform that magically transforms Indy into Han adds to its appeal, making it a true collector's treasure. However, there is one set that every Lego collector wishes they could get their hands on. This is the original Lego Castle set from 1978, and these days it's valued at about $11,000 if it's in the original box. It has 767 pieces and includes 14 minifigures, capturing the essence of classic Lego play. The medieval theme and intricate design make it a nostalgic piece for many collectors, representing the golden age of Lego. The reputation of the Lego Castle theme also adds to this insane price tag, and the fact that this set had some of the first official minifigures ever produced definitely adds on top of that. Lego has come an extremely long way since these first minifigures though, and a few of them have price tags that you won't believe. One in particular is the 14-karat gold C-3PO. It's an extremely rare collectible released in 2007, valued at over $300,000. Only 5 units were ever made, each accompanied by a certificate of authenticity. This minifigure was part of a promotional contest, which means it wasn't sold commercially. The rarity and desirability among collectors have driven its price to astronomical heights, solidifying its status as one of the most sought-after Lego items in existence. The promotional contest was announced in Lego magazine, requiring participants to find a hidden golden C-3PO, and the winners were revealed in early 2008. Compared to other C-3PO variants like the 10,000 chrome gold minifigures released that same year, the 14-karat gold version stands out as the most coveted. Starting off, we're gonna look at a minifigure that's so rare, people actually try to sell replicas of it. The Mr. Gold figures are worth about $9,000 today, but some professionally graded and authenticated figures can go for upwards of $30,000. What makes this figure so rare is the fact that there were only 5,000 ever made, and in addition to that, you had to get one out of sheer luck. The only way you could get one of these minifigures was by buying a Series 10 collectible pack, and due to their extreme rarity, Mr. Gold figures can command extremely high prices. Mr. Gold features a golden body, top hat, cane, and monocle, totaling to only 4 pieces. The minifig is extremely sought after by collectors and enthusiasts, and due to this demand for the figure, there are a massive number of fakes on the market. A Lego store in Idaho says that about once a month they will have someone come into their store to get a Mr. Gold authenticated, only for it to turn out to be fake. But obviously if you bought one of these rare collectibles for thousands under the market price, you could assume that it was a fake. Who knew Legos could be such a big deal? Next up, we have something for all the Star Wars fans. The Ultimate Collector's Edition Millennium Falcon set. Having been designed to cater to the passionate Star Wars fans and Lego enthusiasts, it's true that this collectible set may not be within everyone's budget. However, for most, its sheer awesomeness makes it worth the whopping $2,000. The Star Wars Ultimate Collector's Millennium Falcon is a highly sought after and iconic Star Wars collectible. The set was first released in 2007 and has over 5,000 pieces in total. The set is known for its high piece count, intricate details, and its massive size, making it one of the largest and most difficult Lego sets ever created, attracting the attention of Lego fanatics and Star Wars fans alike. Over the years, Lego has released several different iterations of the Millennium Falcon, and while all these sets capture the spirit of the ship, the Ultimate Collector's version remains a standout due to its size and sheer complexity. In the end, it really is the ultimate display of a Star Wars icon, and for many collectors, it's considered the holy grail of LEGO Star Wars sets. Staying on the theme of pop culture classics, we've got more extremely rare minifigures that you could only get by attending the San Diego Comic-Con in 2013. Every year at the San Diego Comic-Con, LEGO builds a massive exhibit, and even if you made the trip to the event back in 2013, you had to be lucky enough to have your name drawn in a raffle at the LEGO booth in order to get one of these minifigures. There were 4 different rare minifigures given away in these raffles, being Green Arrow, Black Suit Superman, Spider-Woman, and Spider-Man. Out of the 4 figures, Spider-Man and Spider-Woman are the rarest, with only about 350 of each of these minifigures ever being distributed. Because of this, their rarity on the market is through the roof. Today, if you want to add a 2013 Comic-Con Spider-Man to your collection, you need to be prepared to part with a large amount of cash, around $15,000. Spider-Woman isn't that far behind, with an asking price of approximately $9,000. These figures have become the stuff of legends in the LEGO collector community. Over the years, the LEGO booth at the San Diego Comic-Con has given away numerous rare LEGOs, but it's these 4 superhero figures that truly take the cake for being the rarest and most expensive LEGO prizes ever. That doesn't mean it isn't worth going to the annual Comic-Con, as they still give out super cool stuff every year. It just might not end up being as expensive as these minifigures. If you thought the last couple items were possibly the rarest LEGO items in existence, you would be mistaken. This might be one of the rarest LEGO pieces ever, and considering you had to be pretty lucky to win some of the previous items, you would have to be a lot more than lucky to get one of these. This is a 14 karat golden brick that sold for around $20,000, and all it is a singular 2x4 LEGO brick. What sets this 14 karat gold LEGO brick apart from anything else is that you can't buy it by any traditional means. LEGO, the iconic toy company we all love, keeps these bricks for a very special milestone. It's high-ranking employees who have spent a quarter of a century working at LEGO. Yes, you heard me right. 25 years of hard work, and your reward is this one-of-a-kind golden LEGO brick. It's rumored that only around 10 employees have ever gotten one of these ultra-rare bricks, and the few that have left the hands of their original recipients have sold for tens of thousands of dollars. I can only imagine the price will get higher as time goes on. Some of the rarest and most expensive LEGO sets are the classics, and this is definitely seen in the vintage Castle set. Castle is a very old set from 1978, so finding it in a sealed and good condition would be difficult, meaning the value would be much higher than the estimated $10,000 price tag on the set. It's so rare that Brick Economy, one of the largest LEGO statistics platforms, says that they haven't seen a sale of the set in over 2 years. Following suit with many of the vintage LEGO sets, there isn't that much to see detail-wise while looking at it. It features a yellow castle with 16 different characters, each individually selling for $50 to $100. And considering the small piece count of just 775, that means you're paying upwards of $13 per piece. I'm not really sure I would sell out tens of thousands for this set, but hey, maybe collecting vintage LEGO sets is your thing. Next up, we have a promotional set from all the way back in 2001. The Coca-Cola Eye Fountain was supposed to be a modular soda fountain produced by the Coca-Cola company, but it inevitably ended up failing. Before that happened though, Coca-Cola partnered with LEGO to give this 142-piece set out to employees that worked on the project. Although this is much less rare, the set is similar to the 14 karat gold brick, as its rarity comes from the fact that you could not purchase it in any retail location. You can only obtain one of these small sets by being an employee of the Eye Fountain project, and considering how short of a lifespan the Coca-Cola company gave this project, there are not bound to be many of these sets out in circulation. As it stands, there's such a small supply of this set that there isn't even a concrete price estimate to go off of, and there are so few records of resale for these sets that nobody really knows what they might go for. However, in the right condition, there's a chance you can net thousands of dollars by selling one of these ultra rare collaboration sets. In the end though, I'm not really sure why someone would take the time to hunt one of these down, considering how lackluster it is for the price. Let's take a minute and jump back to Star Wars collectibles, with the limited edition Chrome Star Wars minifigures. Just like Mr. Gold, these minifigures could only be found by chance in certain 30th anniversary Star Wars LEGO sets, meaning that you had to get one by sheer luck. Not to mention, between the hundreds of thousands of Star Wars LEGO sets sold, there were only 10,000 of each figure available at a time. While the Chrome Gold C-3PO is the crown jewel of these minifigures, the others in the series are a bit more kind to your wallet. The Chrome Darth Vader would set you back a price of around $600, and the Chrome Stormtrooper would cost you roughly $250. With just $10,000 of each minifigure available within the vast array of Star Wars collectibles, there's no doubt why these minifigures can ask for such high prices. As with their rarity comes attention from Star Wars fans and LEGO collectors alike. Many of the sets so far aren't retailing in stores anymore, meaning the price often comes from aftermarket price raises. For now, let's go over some of the most expensive sets you can still buy today. The LEGO Technic sets are definitely a spectacle when it comes to complexity and size. Oh yeah, and also price. This LEGO Technic Lamborghini Sean, yes, that's how it's pronounced, costs about $450 at the moment, and is an extremely technical build. Like many of the larger Technic sets, the Sean boasts a piece count of 4,000, and I mean, just look at it. I think even a LEGO Master Builder might have a tough time building this one. It features a scale ratio of 1:8. The set has opening doors to an accurate engine bay, and not to mention it's almost 2 feet long. Unfortunately, your wallet definitely won't like this next LEGO Technic set either, the LEGO Technic Liber LR 13,000 Crane. While it wouldn't be my frontrunner choice over a Lamborghini, this set might just be one of the biggest LEGO Technic sets there is. This set is much bigger than the previous Lambo, as it's 38 inches tall, that's just barely shy of a meter. Unfortunately, with the size, the set has a price to match it, retailing at $700. I cannot imagine paying that much for a LEGO set. This set is a scale model of one of the world's biggest and most powerful cranes, and I bet you can guess the name. It's the Liber LR 13,000. In real life, this crane is used to construct literal power plants, where it needs to lift concrete walls that weigh 3 million pounds. Yes, you heard that right. The LEGO version is just as technical as the real one, as it features ballasts, counterweights, and hydraulics, meaning it might be one of the most technically complex LEGO sets of all time. Overall, I think it's incredible how accurate modern LEGO Technic sets can get to the real thing when it comes to function, and I think it might even justify the absurd prices. If you thought the last set was big, then this next set will blow your socks off. The next set is not a LEGO Technic set, but it might as well be, considering its absurd piece count, clocking in at 10,001 total pieces and standing at almost 5 feet tall. The LEGO Eiffel Tower is part of the LEGO Icon series, and is the second biggest set ever by piece count and the tallest LEGO set ever made. Ironically, this LEGO set is one of the most accurate model depictions of the current day Eiffel Tower, but it doesn't come cheap. This set costs a staggering $670. Even if you shelled out the hundreds of dollars to purchase it, you might have a difficult time finding a place for it in your home, considering its gargantuan size. Next up, we have another special item, and it's looking like if you want to get your hands on a super rare LEGO piece, then showing up to Comic-Con might be the way to go. This is a 1 of 100 exclusive Tahu mask from the Bionicle series that you could only get by having a special invite to the LEGO panel at the Comic-Con event. After the forum ended at Comic-Con, these special invites were given these pieces at an exclusive after-hours LEGO event that was held at a LEGO store in New York. The Tahu mask is made of clear plastic and is only one piece, but you better hope that you kept yours in the box if you were lucky enough to attend this event. If your box is authenticated and shows which piece out of 100 the mask is, it could sell for upwards of $16,000. That's enough for a new Rolex, with some change to spare too. It's extremely difficult to get your hands on one of these masks though, as you had to have been very well connected in the LEGO collectors community to receive an invite to the special event, meaning that no matter the value, many of the prestigious collectors that received these masks simply just held on to them. Okay, you would think this is just a regular LEGO animal worth nothing more than a few bucks. However, this particular spotted LEGO goat is quite the celebrity. It made its sole appearance in a single LEGO set, and what's even more mind-boggling is that since the release of this LEGO Kingdom set, no other goat has graced the LEGO world, except for this Minecraft one. It's almost as if the higher-ups at LEGO have gone out of their way to make sure that there is never another goat in a LEGO set ever again. There actually was a moment when it seemed like LEGO had a change of heart and was ready to add another goat into their sets in 2021 though. The medieval blacksmith set was set to include a few more goats, raising hopes for the LEGO community that they might finally get another goat for less than $90. But just before it hit the shelves, for some reason, LEGO decided to remove them from the set, leaving fans very confused. Nobody really knows why the goat hasn't returned in any more sets, but maybe the executives at LEGO just don't like goats. Whatever the reason is, this LEGO goat's exclusivity and rarity make it a coveted piece among collectors and enthusiasts alike. Last but definitely not least, we have the most expensive LEGO piece ever. Back in 2017, Warner Bros. Teamed up with LEGO to produce the LEGO Ninjago movie. But what collectors didn't know is that because of this movie, we would get the most exclusive and expensive LEGO minifigure of all time. I'm talking about the Wooden Woo minifig. Only 4 of these were ever made, and the price estimates put a verified and legitimate Wooden Woo at a staggering $100,000. That amount of money could be life-changing for someone. You could even get a down payment on a house. The figure was originally seen posted by Simon Lucas, the head creative director at LEGO, saying that he might have the rarest LEGO minifigure ever. After the movie was finished, nobody officially knows what happened to the other 3 minifigs. However, one of them made it into aftermarkets to auction, where it would sell for $100,000. Now, there are a few other other reasons why this figure is so expensive. One of them being that it was held by Jackie Chan during the movie, and considering he's the second highest paid actor in the world, I'd imagine that could add some value to the figure. There were other minifigures used as props, like scratched up Lloyd, but just like the other 3 wooden woos, nobody knows if they made it off the movie set or not. Han Solo Indiana Jones Transformation Chamber Set. At first glance, you might think that this set is on the cheap end of the LEGO spectrum, but if you thought that, you couldn't be more wrong. This was actually an exclusive promotional set given out to guests of the 2008 New York Toy Fair at the collector's party. Only 100 of them were ever made, making them very hard to get your hands on. The set was also known as Toy Fair Collector's Party Giveaway Han Solo Indiana Jones Transformation Chamber. It included LEGO minifigures of both characters on a rotating platform, creating an illusion of one transforming into the other. In case you didn't know, Han Solo and Indiana Jones are played by the same actor, Harrison Ford. From this, LEGO got the idea to make a cool exclusive set honoring his work in the movies. Up next is a LEGO set that's on the complete opposite end from the Han Solo and Indiana Jones Chamber set. This is the Unikitty Roller Coaster Wagon set, and it's literally only worth $4. Yeah, I'm being serious. If it wasn't sold out right now, you could literally go onto the LEGO website and buy this with a singular bill, a $5 bill of course. The set only comes with 46 pieces and doesn't even come in a box, but I guess when you buy a LEGO set for $4, you get what you pay for. Up next is another insanely cheap LEGO set, but this one has some character to it. This is the Unicorns Forever bracelet, and wait, hold on a minute. LEGO makes sets that you can actually wear? Okay, that's pretty cool. This neat little contraption is under the LEGO Dots theme. If you've never heard of this theme, it's probably because you're over the age of 10. So let me explain it to you. The LEGO Dots theme is an arts and crafts focused theme made to give kids creative freedom that's practical yet fun all at the same time. There are loads of different sets you can choose from that range from jewelry to storage and even all the way up to decoration. So this Unicorns Forever bracelet is the perfect mascot to represent the theme. It comes with 37 unique pieces, which can all be used to decorate your bracelet however you want. Once you put all the pieces on and you feel like the bracelet is meant for you, all you have to do is slap it on and start showing it off. I can't lie, LEGO, this is a really cool idea. You should make something like this for the big kids too. Okay, let's move away from jewelry making and get back to the LEGO sets. You guys have all heard of the LEGO Batman theme, right? It's a super popular theme based on one of the most popular DC superheroes of all time. Well, allow me to present to you one of the rarest sets from the entire theme. This is the Dark Knight Trilogy Batpod set, and it's worth anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000. The set was released back in 2015, and you won't believe what the retail price was back then. It was completely free. It was part of a LEGO VIP sweepstakes in June of 2015. To enter, you had to purchase something from the LEGO DC Superheroes theme. Every purchase would get you one entry, but you were limited to one entry per day. The sweepstakes ran for a month, and once it was all said and done, only 750 of these sets were sent out to the lucky winners. So not only was this set extremely limited, but it was based completely on luck if you'd actually be able to get it. No wonder I've never heard of it before. Up next is something that isn't technically a LEGO set, but it's definitely something that I think you guys will enjoy. This is the LEGO ceramic mug, and for just $25, it can be yours. Just think, it's a cold, rainy night outside. The wind's blowing, the fireplace is blazing. What better way to enjoy a night like this than with some hot chocolate and a LEGO head? There are 6 different variations to choose from: Happy Boy, Winking Girl, Silly, Default, Skeleton, and Green Skeleton. These are all pretty cool in their own way, but I'd love to see a Spider-Man version. These mugs could be a goldmine, LEGO. Get on it. Up next is one of the most popular sets from the olden days of LEGO. But first, I'll show you its replacement. This is the Ultimate Collector Series Millennium Falcon. It's no secret that this is one of the most expensive LEGO sets money can buy. This thing literally costs $850 at retail price and went for around $1,000 after it was originally retired. Since then, it's actually been brought back and is available for purchase right now on the LEGO website. Remember before when I said how this set was a replacement? Well, that's because before this version that released in 2017, there was actually an entirely different Millennium Falcon that was released back in 2007. This is the 10179 Millennium Falcon, and it's part of the original LEGO Star Wars Ultimate Collector Series theme. This is the OG Grail. While it may have fewer pieces than the new and improved Millennium Falcon we have today, this thing is still an insane piece of art that any LEGO fan would be lucky to have. Since it's so old, the resale price can get as high as $4,000, making it one of the most expensive LEGO sets ever. Very few sets actually manage to get their price that high, so this really is an insane feat. Let's be honest, the expensive LEGO sets are way cooler than the cheap ones. So let's take a look at the single most expensive LEGO set that money can buy. This is the LEGO Castle set. It may not look like much, but this thing will burn a hole in your wallet faster than you can say I love LEGO. It was released all the way back in 1978 for just $50. It came with 767 pieces and 14 minifigures, and it was actually the first LEGO castle ever made. These days, it's one of the most famous LEGO sets of all time and is a huge part of LEGO history. When you take all of these facts into consideration, the price to buy one kind of starts to make sense, but I promise you, nothing can prepare you for this number. This singular LEGO set in 2024 goes for $11,000. Let me say that one more time. This LEGO set goes for $11,000. That is a ridiculous amount of money to pay for less than 1,000 bricks. Nonetheless, if you want to get your hands on a piece of LEGO history, that's what you'll have to pay. I think I can speak for all of us here when I say I'm sticking to sets in the 3-figure price range. Okay, we just looked at the most expensive LEGO set you can buy. Now why don't we calm down a little bit and look at the cheapest. This set is called the LEGO Animal Free Builds. Even though the set is advertised as being a duck, there's actually a lot more that you can do with the 10 pieces it comes with. The thought behind this set is for the builder to see how many different animals they can build with just the pieces provided. On the packaging, LEGO shows off a giraffe, a turtle, and a few other animals. Show-offs. Oh, I almost forgot the most important part. This set has a retail price of just $2. This is pretty crazy to me. I didn't think LEGO had it in them anymore to make anything this cheap, but I guess they're still full of surprises. For this next part, I want to direct your attention to the LEGO website. If you guys ever find yourself wanting a LEGO set, but don't want to pay more than a certain amount, well, you're in luck. Because LEGO actually has a section on their website where you can filter sets based on price ranges. There are 5 different sections you can choose from. Under $25, $25 to $50, $50 to $75, $75 to $100, and over $100. So whether you want to pay $10 or $500 for a LEGO set, you can find what you're looking for with the help of these filters. Oh, in case you don't care to filter the prices, there is an option that just shows you every set no matter the cost. I tend to steer clear of this option though. The last thing I need is to see a set I want that costs $800 and end up spending my grocery money for the month on LEGO. Moving on from that, this next set is sure to throw you for a loop. This is the LEGO Unicef van. For those that don't know, Unicef is an organization that was made to help children across the world. The original name was the United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund, hence the name being UNICEF. While all of this is super interesting information, you might be asking yourself, what is the UNICEF logo doing on a LEGO truck? And more importantly, how much is it worth? Well, this LEGO set was actually a promotional set for UNICEF back in 1985. It was only available for LEGO Club members in Canada, making it super difficult to even know about, let alone purchase. Because of these extraneous circumstances, this set is extremely close in value to the original castle set from before. That's right. Today, this set is worth roughly $10,000, and it only has 54 pieces. I'm not exactly sure how many of these sets were made, but it's safe to say there cannot have been many with a price like that. In my opinion, these exclusive sets are some of the coolest ones LEGO's put out. So why don't we take a look at one of my favorites. This is the LEGO Christmas X-Wing, and I think it's one of the most extravagant sets that LEGO has ever released. In case you were wondering, there was no way for you to get your hands on this when it was made back in 2019. So don't beat yourself up. It's not like you missed it in stores or anything. It was made as part of the Star Wars 20th anniversary celebration and was given to LEGO employees as a gift in December of 2019. These days, it goes anywhere from $800 to $1,300, which isn't the craziest amount of money, but I'm definitely not paying that for a LEGO set. Unless, of course, it's the UCS Millennium Falcon, but that's a completely different story. Regardless though, this is by far one of the coolest exclusive LEGO sets on the market right now. And if I'm being honest, I wouldn't be surprised if the price of this thing 10x's in the coming years. Up next is actually an entire sub-theme where every product is less than $15. I'm talking about LEGO Keychains. Now, before you start rolling your eyes, the reason the price gets that high for a keychain is because some of them have lights on them, but I'll get to that later. Unless they're on sale, regular LEGO keychains retail for $6, which is a little expensive for a keychain, but it's for good reason. Almost every LEGO keychain is a minifigure, and with over 80 options available on the LEGO website right now, there's bound to be one you like. LEGO's implemented keychains for some of the most famous themes, like Star Wars, Harry Potter, Marvel, and more. There's even a gold minifigure too. Of course, it isn't made out of real gold, but nonetheless, it's still pretty cool. My personal favorite is definitely the Spider-Man keychain, followed closely by Darth Vader. But if those aren't to your liking, there's also this chill hot dog dude you can pick up for the same price. Remember before when I said some of them have lights? Well, I wasn't kidding. That same hot dog guy keychain is available as a flashlight version too. And even though it's $13, having a funny looking flashlight on my keys might not be such a bad idea. Last but certainly not least on my list, I want to show you the Statue of Liberty set. But there's a bit of a twist. Remember how with the Millennium Falcon set, there was a more expensive version that was released 10 years before the one we have today? Well, something similar happened with the Statue of Liberty. This is the LEGO Statue of Liberty that's on the LEGO website right now. It's $120 and comes with 1,685 pieces. Not bad for a modern day LEGO set. But this is the original LEGO Statue of Liberty set. It was released in the year 2000 for $200. Now, I know that's more than the one we have today, but this one has 2,882 pieces and is way more detailed than the one we have now once it's fully built. Now, I'm not exactly sure why, but for some reason this set has an insane price tag on it. If you wanted to own the Statue of Liberty LEGO set from the year 2000, you'd have to pay anywhere from $4,000 to $6,000. That is an insane amount of money to pay for a set even by today's standards, especially when you can pick up a similar one for retail price online. If you ask me, out of this entire list, this set's value makes the least amount of sense. But what do I know? Let's take a look at this micro scale boat. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't think I've ever seen a LEGO build use this little amount of pieces in my life. I mean, the boat itself is literally only 2 pieces, and the third one is just the water. So I don't even know if I'm counting that as part of the build. It's honestly super impressive that someone was able to do this. But if I'm going to show you a micro scale boat, then I have to show you a monster too. That title easily goes to the LEGO Titanic set. Coming in at over 9,000 pieces, this behemoth is on the LEGO website for $680 right now, which is definitely not cheap. The crazy part about this though is that LEGO's actually increased the price since this set first came out. It was released back in November of 2021, and at that time, its retail price was $630. That's a $50 difference compared to now. This set must be a real moneymaker for them. LEGO hardly ever lets anything sit on the shelves for this long, and the fact that they increased the price definitely means it was selling like crazy. Compared to that $10,000 plane though, this really isn't that expensive, and some of the other items in this video are super surprising, so make sure you watch until the end. One of those surprising items though is the LEGO Minecraft Mountain Cave set. This set was released back in 2017 and retailed for $250, and it actually has over 2,800 pieces, so this was kind of a bargain. Unfortunately, that bargain is long gone now, because this set sells on the aftermarket for around $1,700. Now, I don't know about you, but the fact that a LEGO Minecraft set is this expensive is pretty crazy to me. $1,700 definitely isn't a small amount of money for a LEGO set, and the only other one in the Minecraft theme that comes close to this price is the Village set from 2016. If all this talk about sets you can't have is making you sad though, then let me show you some sets you can buy on the LEGO website right now. The first one I want to show you is the LEGO Battle Bus from Fortnite. This is LEGO's newest addition to their collab with Fortnite, and I have to say it's super impressive. This set retails for $100, but it comes with 9 different minifigures, all of which are different skins you can use in the game. For the price, this set is more than worth it, especially if you like Fortnite. If this isn't your cup of tea though, let's take a step up in price and look at the LEGO Harry Potter Burrow set. This set was released just last year for $260, and luckily the price hasn't gone up yet like the Titanic. It comes with 2,405 pieces and a ton of minifigures just like the Battle Bus. You get the entire Weasley family and a young Harry Potter minifigure to go along with them. Since this set is in the Harry Potter theme, I know for a fact it's packed full of Easter eggs and references that are just waiting to be found. But enough of these average price, easy to get sets. It's time I show you a super expensive LEGO set that you've probably never even seen before. All you have to do is make sure you're not in full screen, then click the subscribe button. It's super easy. Now that you've done that, the set I want to show you is the LOM molding set. This set was released all the way back in 2011, but I guess technically it wasn't actually released. Now, before you start jumping to conclusions, this is nothing like the Osprey V22. We know the story with that one. It was supposed to be released, but never did, but some people got it early, blah, blah, blah. This set is way cooler than that. It's in a theme called LEGO Internal. Sets from this theme were actually never supposed to be sold on the shelves at all, and instead were only made for promotions or events held by LEGO themselves. But even then, not every set is given away at events, and this LOM set is one of those. This set was given away to employees at a molding factory in Mexico in 2011, and the set itself is actually a recreation of the same factory that these employees employees worked for. Because of that, you already know this set is going to cost a ton of money, and you'd be right. Hardly any of them ever pop up online, but when they do, they sell for around $4,800. Hardly any LEGO sets are worth that much, but because of how this set was quote-unquote released, it makes a lot of sense. Now, you'd think employee gift sets like this are way more expensive than sets from events, but allow me to prove you wrong. This is the LEGO Vault Memory Lane set, and it was given out to people who went to the LEGO Inside Tour in 2024. I talked about this event a lot on this channel, but for some reason, this set is in the top 5 most expensive sets from these tours, coming in at $6,800. According to the internet, 8 tours were held in 2024, and this is actually pretty high compared to some years in the past. Honestly though, I think we can all guess why this set is worth so much. It's just so cool. A lot of people don't even know that a LEGO Vault exists, and other people completely deny its existence even though there's literal proof documented on YouTube. But this set seals the deal. As cool as the sets from the inside tours are, it'd be pretty boring if the only expensive sets in this video were all from there. So instead, let me show you a vintage LEGO set you might not even know about. This is the Electric Goods train set, and it came out all the way back in 1980. This set isn't worth quite as much as the Vault set, coming in at around $5,400, but the only way a vintage LEGO set gets a crazy price like this is if there's a story behind it. So let me tell it to you. First of all, the train works just like any model train set, except since it's LEGO, it's way better. Now, obviously, you need a motor to make a model train move, and back in 1980, this was one of the first 12 Vault trains on the market. Back then, this was super big news, and because of how historical it was, it made the price go ballistic all these years later. LEGO has a tendency to be written in toy history, and one of their biggest accomplishments was the success of the LEGO castle theme. The last time I did this video, the big $10,000 item was the yellow castle from 1978, but this isn't the only castle that's worth a ton of money. Another one is the Black Knight's castle from 1992. This set retailed for $85 when it had its day, but now it goes for around $3,200 on the aftermarket. But you might be wondering why a set from 1992 is worth this much. Well, the answer is really just that it's a LEGO castle. Because of how huge this theme was for LEGO, literally every vintage castle set from the theme is worth a ton of money. There's another yellow castle, the Lion's Knights castle, the Black Monarch's castle. All of these are worth well over $2,500, and they made way more castle sets back in the day. The electric train was one of the first model trains with 12 volts, and the castle theme was iconic, but the Maersk truck and trailer set is just about as mundane as they come. This set came out back in 1985, and obviously it's a collab with a Danish shipping company called Maersk. This set was sold under the LEGO Town theme, which of course is iconic, but it's not like every set from it is worth an unbelievable amount of money. Officially, LEGO released 3 different sets with Maersk under the Town theme, but the truck and trailer set is the most expensive, coming in at around $3,000. LEGO's only ever released 8 sets with Maersk in total, so honestly, it's a little surprising that it isn't worth more. Honestly though, none of these sets are that cool. I'm not trying to take anything away from them, but for some reason, the sets that are worth around $1,000 are way cooler. Let me show you what I mean. This is the LEGO Ninjago Fire Temple set, and right now you can pick it up for around 500 bucks. Obviously, LEGO Ninjago is one of the coolest LEGO themes ever made, but the fact that this set has a literal dragon in it makes it stand out so much. The only other Ninjago set with a dragon is the Lightning Dragon Battle set, and it's quite literally the most valuable set in the entire theme. So I guess I'm not the only one who thinks LEGO dragons are sick. The Fire Temple set isn't even worth $1,000 though, so let's get in that price range with the Imagine It Build It set. If you've never seen this set before, it's because it was part of a contest and was never sold on the LEGO website. The set is actually from the bricklink theme, more specifically the AFOL Designer Set theme, which stands for Adult Fan of LEGO. To get a set in this sub-theme, you had to submit an idea onto the Bricklink website, and if you were lucky, your set would be produced and sold on the Bricklink website too. Only 13 sets have had the honor of achieving this goal, but the Imagine It Build It set is the most expensive one, being worth around $1,400. See what I mean though? This set looks super sick. Let me show you another one. This is the LEGO Batcave Penguin and Mr. Freeze Invasion set, and it was released all the way back in 2006. Now, technically, this set was released under a different LEGO Batman theme than the one we have today, so that's part of the reason why it sells for around $1,000. But another reason is the same as the Vault set from before. It's just so cool. This invasion technically never happened in the comics, so I guess LEGO just came up with it on their own. That definitely doesn't make it any less sick though. The minifigures, the screens in the back, everything about this set is awesome. But I can't talk about DC without mentioning Marvel too. This is the Sheriff Deadpool minifigure, and it was released at the San Diego Comic-Con back in 2018, so you already know this guy's about to be super expensive. One of the most valuable LEGO items in existence was from Comic-Con in 2013, the Spider-Man minifigure. minifigure. It's worth around $17,000, but the Sheriff isn't anywhere near that crazy. On the aftermarket, it goes for around $2,000. The funny thing about this minifigure is that it came out way before the most recent Deadpool movie, where we actually saw the Sheriff Deadpool on the big screen. So LEGO made their own version straight from the comics. Honestly, it's pretty funny that a minifigure from Comic-Con can get so expensive, because the Mercedes-AMG Patronus set is only worth $500 more than this minifigure, and it should be way higher. This set was given strictly to members of the Mercedes-AMG Patronus team in 2017. Now, I'm not exactly sure how many people were on the team, but it was low enough to make the set worth $2,500 in just 8 years. It's by far the most valuable set in the Speed Champions theme, and to be honest, unless LEGO does this again, it probably will be forever. However, this is far from the most expensive vehicle LEGO's ever made. That title goes to the one and only Piper airplane set from the LEGO Inside Tour of 2012. Yeah, I know, another Inside Tour set, but there's a reason this one is worth $12,000 while the Volt is only worth half of that. Let me explain. This set is actually a recreation of a real plane that LEGO made and used in 1962. This isn't all they did though. They also made a landing strip for the plane in North Billund. The reason they did this was because they wanted to make it easier for business partners and LEGO Group's sales executives to visit Billund, since it was so far out of the way from everything else. They also used the airplane to fly their own employees around the world, which saved a ton of money and time since they didn't have to use commercial flights anymore. It was basically LEGO's first private jet, and their first official step into the rest of the world. So being able to build it out of LEGO would literally be like having a piece of LEGO history in your hands. If that isn't cool, then I don't know what is. $12,000 is definitely way out of reach though, at least for me. So for the last item in this video, let me show you something cheap but sick. This is the LEGO Micro Spider-Man vs. Scorpion set from 2017. Back then, it retailed for $10, and even though the price has gone up since then, it still only cost $20. For what's in here though, I think $20 is more than worth it. You get some sick micro vehicles and a Spider-Man minifigure with a very different looking faceplate. All in all, I'd say $20 is a pretty good price. Let's take a look at this $1 Battle Droid minifigure. And yes, it really is only worth $1. This minifigure was first seen in the year 2007, and the last time we've seen it released was actually just last year in 2023. So there's no wonder it isn't worth a whole lot. In its 17-year lifespan, this Battle Droid minifigure has come in 33 different LEGO items. It's been in sets like the ATTE Walker from 2022, the Trade Federation MTT set from 2007, and it's even been seen in multiple advent calendar sets, which are only available during certain seasonal events. Since it's been around for so long and has been in so many different sets, I think it's safe to say there's a reason why this guy is only worth $1. For this next minifigure, let's take a look at a minifigure on the complete opposite end of the spectrum. This is the Spider-Woman minifigure, and it's worth over $7,500. Now, you might be wondering, how can one singular minifigure be worth so much money? Well, it's actually because this minifigure was only available one time at a very specific location. Back in 2013, it was given to lottery winners at the San Diego Comic-Con. It came in a little booster pack, so it didn't actually come with any pieces. Nevertheless, you had to be extremely lucky to get your hands on this minifigure back in 2013, especially because you only had 4 days to obtain it. That is, if you bought tickets for all 4 days of Comic-Con. Okay, so we've looked at minifigures that are both super cheap and super expensive. So why don't we look at one that's right in the middle? This is the Azog minifigure from the Lord of the Rings theme. And I know it said it's right in the middle, but it's actually still super expensive. In today's market, this minifigure is worth over $2,000. And funnily enough, it was also available at the 2013 San Diego Comic-Con. But this one wasn't won through a lottery. This minifigure was actually just handed out to random guests of Comic-Con that year. It came in a booster pack, just like Spider-Woman, so you'd think it would have been exclusive to the 2013 San Diego Comic-Con, but that's actually not the case. Later that year, Azog was released in the Dol Guldur Battle set, which made him a lot less rare than he was before. Regardless of this, the minifigure has been able to maintain its value over the years, and odds are it's not going down anytime soon. Up next, who's a minifigure whose price really doesn't make any sense. This is the Adidas Superstar minifigure from 2007, and you won't believe how much it's worth. Back in 2007, LEGO and Adidas teamed up and released a promotional set to help widen the audience for both of their companies. The promotion was called the Super Goalie Promotion. So as a result, LEGO released this minifigure with giant goalie hands and an exclusive golden soccer ball along with a stand. It must not have done very well though, because there isn't a single one of these sets for sale in today's market. And on top of that, only a handful have sold in the 17 years since it was originally made. Now, taking all of this into account, you'd think the price for a minifigure like this would be through the roof, but it actually isn't. As it stands right right now, this minifigure is only worth around $600, which is definitely a lot of money, but isn't anywhere near enough for how rare the minifigure is. Man, the Lego market really is confusing sometimes. Up next is this insane golden Sensei Wu minifigure. Now, as we know with most golden minifigures, they're usually worth an insane amount of money, but that's actually not the case with this guy. If you wanted to get your hands on this golden Sensei Wu minifigure, you'd only have to spend around $15, which for a gold minifigure is pretty good. Okay, if it wasn't obvious yet, this minifigure is in no way made of real gold, but it's still a cool alternative for the $300,000 solid gold C-3PO. I don't think any of us are ever affording something like that. Up next is a version of Darth Vader you might not have known about. This is the Lego Darth Vader Chrome Black minifigure, and it's honestly one of the coolest minifigures on this list. We all know how famous Lego Star Wars is, so it isn't surprising that Lego has made so many different versions of Darth Vader over the years, but this one is special. Back in 2009, only 10,000 of them were made, and along with that, this minifigure was secretly slipped into Lego Star Wars sets in the US and Europe, so you had to be super lucky to get your hands on one of them. They were also given out at the 2009 New York Toy Fair as a gift for coming to the fair. This guy was rare to begin with, but in today's market, he's worth anywhere from $450 to $600 depending on the condition. Unfortunately, there's no way Lego will ever release this minifigure again, so if you really want it, you'll have to cough up the money. Up next is a minifigure you'll definitely recognize. This is the classic red astronaut minifigure, or as I like to call it, me. This is one of the most famous minifigures in the history of Lego, but because of this fame, it's been in a bunch of different sets, some of which are from all the way back in 1968. Luckily for you though, that means you can get one for a very small amount of money. If you went to buy one of these guys right now, you'd have to pay anywhere from 50 cents to $100 depending on what year it's from. So for the sake of your wallet, I recommend you get a newer one. Up next is a minifigure that's actually only ever been in one Lego set ever, making it pretty rare and decently expensive. This is the Davy Jones minifigure from the Pirates of the Caribbean theme, and the only set this minifigure has been released in was the Black Pearl back in October of 2011. Because of this, the Davy Jones minifigure is worth around $150, which isn't too bad when you compare it to something like Spider-Woman, but it's still a steep price to pay for just one minifigure. Oh, and by the way, if you thought you could just buy the Lego set itself for cheap and resell Davy Jones for a profit, you'd be mistaken, because the set itself goes for upwards of $1,000. So I'd go ahead and abandon that idea if I were you. Up next is a minifigure that doesn't even seem real. This is the will.i.am minifigure from the year 2016. will.i.am is a music artist who's most famously known for being a leading member of the Black Eyed Peas, but this didn't stop him from being an active Lego fan. In fact, he even wore a Lego hat and a Lego chain to the AMAs back in 2010, so he definitely wasn't trying to hide it. will.i.am's love for Lego got recognized over the years, and 6 years after he pulled off this stunt at the AMAs, he had his very own minifigure released by Lego themselves. Unfortunately for us, it was very hard to obtain, and as a result is extremely expensive these days. Only 400 of them were made, and they were given out at LA's Best Brunch fundraiser. Out of these 400, only one is on the market as it stands today, and the price on it has been set for 8,000 euros. That's over $8,500 in America. Unreal. Up next is a minifigure that's way cheaper than it is cool, which is great news for us. This is the Sandman minifigure from the Lego Marvel theme, more specifically the Spider-Man trilogy. It was released back in 2021, so it's actually pretty new. It comes in two sets from the Lego Marvel theme, the famous Daily Bugle and the much smaller Spider-Man Sandman Showdown set. Only one of these sets is available right now, and as you could probably guess, it's the expensive one. Luckily for us though, this minifigure only costs around $5 to buy separately, which is super cheap. The Sandman is a super unique minifigure and would look great with any collection, so paying $5 for it really is a steal. I think I'm gonna have to pick one up for myself. For this next segment, instead of talking about just one minifigure, I'm gonna show you guys three. These are the three minifigures in question, and right off the bat, you're probably thinking that they look a little boring. Although you may be right about that, the story behind them is the complete opposite. Back in 2011, NASA sent probe Juno out to Jupiter to try and learn more about the planet. This probe launch was actually a collaboration with Lego, and with the probe, NASA sent these three minifigures along with it. Lego is all about imagination and education, so this was the perfect way to expand their fans' knowledge of space. The thing about this probe, though, was that it was never actually supposed to come back. Jupiter is a giant ball of gas, and in order for us to learn anything about it, any probe that gets sent to the planet, well, let's just say that Jupiter is their final resting place. If it wasn't obvious enough yet, these three minifigures you see here are long gone, and they were the only ones in existence. Because of this, there's no way for us to know just how much they're actually worth. It could be anywhere from $10 to $10 million, depending on who you ask. Regardless though, these are by far some of the most valuable minifigures that have ever lived. May they rest in peace. Up next is a minifigure minifigure that was basically like a real-life Easter egg. This is the Krang minifigure, and back in 2012, you had to do something very out of the ordinary to get your hands on one. Every year, Comic-Con is held in San Diego and New York City. It's a huge event that's built up a giant name for itself over the years. Even back in 2012, Comic-Con was famous, so LEGO thought of a really funny way to get this minifigure. During the 4 days that Comic-Con was going on, if you walked into the LEGO store at Rockefeller Center in New York City, dressed up as a character from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you'd be greeted with this ultra-rare Krang minifigure. This is honestly just hilarious. I'm not quite sure if this has been done for any other minifigure, but it literally felt like a side quest from a video game. Even with all of these factors though, the Krang minifigure is only worth around $450 today, which is pretty low considering what you had to do to get it and how old it is. While we're on the topic of Comic-Con, there's one last minifigure that I want to talk about that came from one of these events, and it's actually the most expensive minifigure in this video. This is the Spider-Man with red lower legs minifigure, and it calls for a price of over $10,000. It was exclusively available at the 2013 San Diego Comic-Con, and the reason it's worth so much more than the other Comic-Con minifigures is because this was actually the first time LEGO used these booster packs. Speaking of these booster packs, they actually play a huge role in how much this minifigure sells for. If you had one of these guys sealed in the original pack, you could sell it for upwards of $16,000. But if you had the minifigure outside the pack, you could only sell it for around $5,000, which is still an insane amount of money, but it does not compare to the sealed price. I mean, come on though. This is Spider-Man we're talking about. If any minifigure is going to be the most expensive, then it has to be him. Okay, I feel a little bad showing you guys a Spider-Man minifigure that's that expensive. So let me go ahead and show you one that's super cheap. This is just a regular old LEGO Spider-Man minifigure, of which there are many, but this one is one of the cheapest. If you wanted one of these guys for yourself, you could pick it up for literally less than $1. The shipping and taxes makes it a little more expensive, but I mean, come on, less than $1? That's a steal. Last but certainly not least is another minifigure that's only ever been released in one set. This is the Max Rebo minifigure, and you might not recognize him, but he's actually from the LEGO Star Wars theme. Max Rebo is a musician who doesn't make an appearance in the Star Wars movies until Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. He hardly has any screen time, and he doesn't have a singular line in the entire movie, but that didn't stop LEGO from including him in a set. The singular LEGO set this guy can be found in is called Jabba's Sail Barge, a set from back in 2013. The set itself is actually pretty cool, but has gone up a lot in price over the years, currently sitting at around $400. This isn't the case for Max Rebo though. You can find Max Rebo in pretty good condition for around $80 to $100 if you're buying from someone on eBay. It's a good thing this guy isn't worth more than the set he comes with, or else I don't think anybody would be buying him. $500 would be a little crazy. What was your favorite minifigure in this video? Be sure to let me know down in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe.